Hi, good day. My name is Eugene Job Reboquio. I'm with BPO industry for quite some time, way back in 2010 or 2009 to be exact. I've been with the industry for quite a while. I hop on to different campaigns and different roles as well. Mainly, my backbone with BPO industry is with fly-by-night companies back in 2009. That was so I work with fly-by-night companies such as Condor POS Solutions, Venture Heat Services, BSM services before. Those companies really operates a fly by night. Should I say they're basically um, they're basically fly by nights. However, the good thing with that is, or should I say, the good thing was, those company molds me to become a a good telemarketer, should I say. Now it enhances my speaking abilities, my persuasive abilities in terms of setting appointments, telemarketing, should I say. Say for example, I work with Condor POS Solutions. It's a POS services. However, we were on the telemarketing side. We were um, we were doing the account acquiring campaign. So what we do is we call business to business, then we do the entire setup of the telemarketing stuff, should I say. So from end to end, that is. We call them, we pitch in our service that they can hire as a telemarketer. Then we put our rates on it, and we put our rates on it and make sure that they will be enticed to the actual service that we provide. Um, Appointment settings um, such as furnace cleaning, painting services, humidifier services, selling of humidifiers, that is. But we basically do setting up appointment, then uh, people in the US would come over and present the actual product. Our main job, our goal is to make sure that we provide them the actual appointment on that specific day. So we basically do appointment setting. I also do telemarketing, or I did telemarketing with equipment leasing as well. We do appointment setting for the equipment leasing. I I I basically provide all the information of the leasing packages. Then the consultant will just come over and do the appointment with the customers. That is, we usually do business to business and business to consumers as well. Also, we sell, or I did sell with Venture Heat Services, or Venture Heat Clothings. That was a company who sells heated clothing, such as jackets, T-shirts with batteries on it, and with heating panels. So we basically sell that on a bulk basis. I've worked there for I guess that was like 8 months to 10 months. That is, um, all those heated clothings. That is, from insoles, from socks, from pants, jackets. That is, nuggies. All those heated clothing. We sell that on a bulk basis as well. We do the end to end. We pitch in the sale. We look for the customer. We basically do the um, lead mining. So we basically look for the leads, then we sell that from whichever lead that we actually found. Then after that, I work with Fusion Health Group. It's a physician's database account. We basically interview doctors. We set an appointment for the doctor to come over to a specific headhunter, that is, so they can place the doctors on whichever hospitals that they would to work at after their residency status. So our job is to basically do the interview for those doctor status. The only hurdle for that is that you're you're basically calling doctors in the middle of their job. So the doing the interview while the doctor is in the middle of their job is basically the hurdle of that service. So those telemarketing jobs that I did was my first years with the BPO. Most probably from 2008, 9, 10, and 11. That was that was like um, that was like 4 5 years, 4 years of telemarketing jobs, and basically selling anything over the phone. We also did with Venture Hit before. We also did school grants for American students. That is, we sell school grants. Then after that, I work with customer service. Those are the companies that I work with AT&T. Those are like the bigger ones, bigger companies that I work with. First off with Amex, back in 2000, and if I'm not mistaken, it was 2010, 2011. That was. I was a lead sales, team sales, lead for technical support. Well, basically we cover everything from customer service to a little bit of a technical support, then the entire selling services of the actual whatever campaign that was. So if it is Microsoft campaign, if it was CompTIA campaign, or the Action Pack subscription, or even the Cisco campaigns, that is, we deal with that. So whichever campaign is on our client list, we run that. But technically, those are really sales. So we say, like say for example, the Microsoft, we sell the Microsoft Action Pack subscription. So one entire services subscription for the entire year. We sell that to even EOMs or let's say personal or business packages and packets for the Microsoft Action Pack subscription. I mean the entire Microsoft's operating system plus the SQL and all that stuff. So we basically sell that specific packages. With the CompTIA as well, we include the service that we sell, as well with the certifications and all. So we do that as well. So in terms of selling services, a little bit of a customer service, I was pretty much trained for that, or well, actually employee of that. Then after which, I transferred to IBEX. That's the bigger one. That's the longest from my experience in terms of the PPO thing. So I work with IBEX Philippines as a customer service, then a QA, then a worked my way up as a team leader, and then I became a junior operations manager then. And after that, well, for just to give you like the entire gist and idea for IBEX Philippines, I worked there from 2000 and if I'm not mistaken, it was like late 2012 until 2020. That's before the pandemic, or I mean after. No, in the middle of pandemic that was. So I was with sales, specifically inbound and outbound sales. So I do inbound sales with travel services. That's orbits.com. They call it Expedia right now. So Orbitz, it's a travel service account. So we basically sell the actual travel package, such as flight, hotel, car reservations, and all that stuff. After which I was transferred to telco For telco, we run the services for Virgin Mobiles, for Frontier, and lastly the AT&T. That was. So I was a team leader in AT&T, but with Frontier before, we were top tier agents with the FiOS, with all the FiOS and the telco, the internet, the FiOS, the fiber optics. Those are basically subscription sales. The inbound and outbound sales really come from the AT&T side, which basically is the mobile side. We do sell the services of AT&T for mobile, plus we do sell the actual cell phones of AT&T. Aside from, of course, adding the services. But then again, we do the customer service, but technically 80% of it is really sales, because we do the actual selling for that. And then we do the technical support. I man the actual operation, and after that, I was done with, COVID comes in. When COVID comes in, I was really done with the BPO stuff. Should I say I retired? No, not really retired, but I stopped. I quit the BPO industry right in the middle of COVID. That was like 2021, if I'm not mistaken, 2020 to 2021, around that. So I quit BPO and then stay at home. Right now, I'm looking for a job which I can just stay home. That's basically the reason why I'm applying to this job. I hope you guys would consider my application. Thank you.